No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the California Golden Bears, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Golden Bears will kick it away to start us off. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run it from the gun. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
Defenses have their hands full with him. They just give up a big pass there for a first down, but it's not just the arm you got to worry about, it's his legs too. This guy's top 10 in the nation, total touchdowns scored, and that's why he's in the discussion for the Heisman.
Oh, he's got some space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans!
Now, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself in for 6.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hussein. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give to the tailback. Look out, he's got room. Turns on the Jets. Bulldozes it and runs through another one. He's at the 10. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
How electrifying is this guy when the ball is in his hands? I'll tell you, he's making a name for himself all across college football. Ripped off over 100 yards in his last game out. He's basically at that now. This defense does not have an answer.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
A short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. Third and goal coming. keep it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there. Touchdown, Cal! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical fourth down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. Two dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on fourth down.
Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right, breaks into the open. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
I mean, what a huge game for this offense. You're always trying to find ways to get your playmakers in space. And when you create a hole like that, Palmer, good Lord, anybody's going to be able to run through. Then he just keeps chewing up those yards, makes the big play.
He's a difference maker, David, and he gets better as the game goes on. So that's great news at this juncture to kind of rip off a big run like that. But this is a guy that builds momentum as he goes. I'd be force-feeding this guy more as the game goes on.
Going to swing it on second down. Zings it complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race. You got to win games and you got to put up big numbers. And that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage. And he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
The Trojans will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Here comes the heat. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, USC. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Hussein. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Find space on the right. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Right on the money.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
From the gun, wants to pass. On target. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Lining up to convert third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Takes a hit as he fires. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through one quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake.
A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return. From the gun, the running back has it. Going the other way, and he's got room. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out.
Turning it on. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And the Trojans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. I'll admit, I wondered if they were just lining up to try to draw them offside.
Me too. Whenever you line up in your own territory, you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to draw them offside. A lot of times, by the way, it gets the defense to kind of relax for a second. You can tell they had a plan ready to go. They knew they were going to be aggressive.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Oh, maybe a double pass. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Pressure coming. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the line.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's open on the right. Touchdown, Cal! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He has a knack for taking away the tackler's leverage. He's out to the 34. quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. They'll go to the ground. Creates a little room. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Under fire. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Golden Bears. The defense putting points on the board.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll start this drive firing. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The Trojans want to move quickly. Wants to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got his man downfield. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He spins that thing down the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. One more snap coming before halftime. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the string. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 50. Past the 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Charlotte is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over USF. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Wide open downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. But with quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So I like the student body right, student body left, but that's a little old school for me there, RD.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
It's complete. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. The Trojans moving quickly to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll try to do it himself. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He's got an open man. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Trojans with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the right. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Trying the left side. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
That incompletion leaves him staring at a third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted for the 11th time. Takes it the other way. He's at the touchdown, Southern Cal. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He's looking to throw. He goes in for the 2, and now they've got it down to 10.
And how about the cherry on the Sunday? The big INT return for a touchdown, and now throw on the 2-point conversion. Give this team 8.
He'll bring it out. It's Hussein. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Hussein. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Roy. Plucks it out of the air. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
This is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. He's got his man. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll try the run. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Right down the middle. A strike downfield. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
The give as they work on that clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Golden Bears! Quick strike through the air for the score. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just... He's looking deep. He's got it along the sideline. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Gets it back, the sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it, basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. You better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. Breaks into the open. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Tries to get it on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Give to the running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the Golden Bears need to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Cal! The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop it. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
USC 33.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner will be knocked down. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Finds some room. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer.
There we go. There's step one. There's a lot of things that needs to happen for this offense, but they started with the touchdown. Time's ticking out. We've got to go for 2 here. Cut this to 8, where we maybe can get another score and get that 2-point conversion to tie it.
He'll set up to throw. Here's a heat. It's incomplete as the two-pointer fails, and I guess unless they were concerned about games of chance, there wasn't really a reason to try to do that, but this game is over. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins, so maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much